Good morning and welcome to Orca News. The headlines. Mayor Henderson Pisa has been recalled in the recall election. Rooftop air defense system bill has been signed and approved by President Klavinsky. A bill was proposed to make Loveheart Village part of the province of Paikot. And windy weather prevailing in Landova. Shottler and Paikot City Mayor Henderson Pisa was recalled in the recall election. More to report from Paul. Paul?
Yes, Natalie. Mayor Pisa has been recalled from the recall election last August 27. The recall election was administered in the municipality of Shottler and the city of Paikot with regards to the court's verdict on Mayor Henderson Pisa's alleged corruption case, namely the nonfeasance and negligence to the public office of Shottler and Paikot City Mayor Henderson Pisa. The counting of votes was manually done by the Elections Commission at Shottler Municipal Hall, whereas out of 26,247 registered voters from both Shottler and Paikot City, only 10,875 had voted. 61% of the tallied votes have voted to recall Mayor Pisa from the office of Mayor of Shottler and Paikot City. 6,634 votes yes to recall Mayor Pisa and 4,241 votes no to recall Mayor Pisa. In Shottler, with 5,829 votes out of 14,392 registered voters, 3,679, or 63% of votes voted yes to recall, and 2,150, or 37% of votes voted no. In Paikot City, with 5,046 votes out of 11,855 registered voters, 2,955, or 59% of votes voted yes to recall Mayor Pisa, and 2,091 or 41% of votes voted no. The recall election has ousted Mayor Pisa, whose term ended at midnight on September 1. The governors of the provinces of Paikot and Antoridian unanimously elected a new acting mayor for both Shottler and Paikot City. Former mayor of Plainsfield City and Commerce Valley Terraces Village Nimboran Sopia has been elected to be the acting mayor of Shottler and Paikot City from September 1 until March 1, 2023. Acting Mayor Sopia greatly appreciated the opportunity to be committed again to public duty and service as mayor in a locality despite that he had lost the elections in Plainsfield City. He vowed that the chance he gave to him will truly deserve how Mayor Sopia had been working since being mayor of Plainsfield and CVTV. On the contrary, ousted Mayor Pisa never commented nor say about the results of the recall elections. Vice President Jefferson, however, has a big trust in acting Mayor Sopia for the betterment of the city and the municipality. Back to you, Natalie.
Thank you, Paul. The recommissioning of the rooftop air defense system proposed by Paikot City 1st District Representative Johan Betapoto has been signed and approved by President Klavinsky on Wednesday. The said act will install gun turrets and surface-to-air missile turrets in public buildings to combat potential inbound threats. The utilization of these turrets will be remote and only be handled by the Landovian Armed Forces through the Commander-in-Chief's initiation of the Presidential's Emergency Operations Council and Board. National control of the Department of National Security and Integral Operations in the Department of Defense. The act will be in effect in October and military personnel will be building and installing these defense systems on high-rise public buildings. The installation of the turrets is not mandatory, but must have its defense system covered in a 10-kilometer radius area within a city, village, or municipality. According to the Chief of Staff of the Landovian Armed Forces and the Secretary of Defense, they will be having a test military air defense drill in December to fully utilize and test the equipment used for the air defense system. Along with that, the armed forces will also be testing the automatic remote controls of the equipment that can be used for missile homing guidance. They will try to target an unused patrol boat over the Antoridian Bay by December for their air defense drills. Here's our weather for today. The Landova Meteorological Agency issued an orange and yellow weather warning throughout the country. The agency issued a gale warning in all seaboards of Landova, high wind warning in some places in Landova, and a wind advisory in Sonomos City and Tudor. That is all due to a low-pressure system east of the country. On the other hand, Hurricane Danielle has become the first hurricane this season. Hurricane Danielle was located 1,770 kilometers southwest of Landova and has winds of 120 kilometers per hour. The hurricane is expected to stall and linger over the Atlantic and may impact Landova far next week. An area of low pressure near Antigua and Barbuda in the Leeward Islands has become a tropical storm named Earl. Tropical Storm Earl was located 220 kilometers northeast of St. John's in Antigua and Barbuda, has winds of 65 kilometers per hour. Earl is not forecasted to impact Landova in the next few days. A bill was proposed by the representative of Lubhart Village in the House of Representatives to include the autonomous village of Lubhart under the jurisdiction of the province of Pai Kot. House Speaker stated that he commits to vote the Lubhart Village to an agreement between the people of Lubhart and the provincial legislature. If the bill would be enacted and approved by the President, a plebiscite will take place in Lubhart Village to revoke their autonomy and be placed under the province of Pai Kot before the next elections. According to Lubhart Village Mayor Grover Vestino, he is okay with the inclusion of the village, but by far he doubts that the adjacent city will linger over Pai Kot, which may diminish the rurality of the village. As of today, the Health Department has recorded a total of 26,093 vaccine doses administered, 11,025 of which are fully vaccinated from the initial prescribed doses, while 1,391 had their booster shot. Booster shots are now open and available for phases 1 to 5. And that's it for today's news. This is Natalie Coles, reporting for Orca News. Good morning, everyone.